You're in a courtroom in Leicestershire, England. The room is still, almost too quiet. A screen flickers to life. CCTV footage begins to roll. A car weaves through empty streets, moving faster than anyone should. Behind the wheel sits Mahek. Bukhari, 23, a TikTok influencer whose online fame belied the night she would orchestrate a deadly plan. Two young men, Saqib Hussain and Mohammed Hashim Ijazuddin, are in the car, unaware of what's about to unfold. Emergency calls are already being logged, frantic voices crackling over the line, and then the impact, a violent collision. The footage freezes on the final frame, evidence inescapable. The judge leans forward, voice steady. This court finds the actions deliberate and intentional. This is the Mahek Bukhari murder plot. You're about to see how social media, surveillance, and meticulous planning collided with tragedy, and how a courtroom would ultimately decide who was responsible. Mahek Bukhari's online presence was polished, curated. Her TikTok showed laughter, dance trends, and smiling selfies. Friends and followers saw confidence, ambition, charm. But behind that digital facade, tensions simmered. Messages revealed threats, disputes, and pressure mounting between her and her mother's ex-partner. Prosecutors argue that what appeared as a carefree life was punctuated by manipulation and calculated planning. What the world saw was a viral influencer. What investigators uncovered was a network of digital breadcrumbs hinting at danger. The image and the reality were miles apart, and the courtroom would soon force them to collide. Leicestershire, England. Quiet streets, suburban homes, and unremarkable intersections. Within this ordinary setting, relationships were tangled. Mahek's mother had a complicated history with Saqib Hussain. Both victims, Saqib and Mohammed, were young men known to their friends for easygoing personalities, unaware of the brewing conflict. Mahek navigated school, online followers, and family loyalty. But prosecutors argue that loyalty became leverage. The group's movements were ordinary by day, extraordinary by night, culminating in a single catastrophic moment. Every connection, every minor argument, would later be traced as evidence. February 11th, 2022. The night begins quietly, streets empty, shops shuttered. CCTV captures a silver vehicle cruising. Allegedly, Mahek is behind the wheel. Saqib sits in the passenger seat, Mohammed in the back. Footsteps echo as someone exits a nearby property. A light flickers inside a house. Phones ping. GPS traces routes. The car turns, accelerates. There's a brief pause. No braking, no hesitation. The collision comes next, documented by multiple angles. Emergency services arrive within minutes. Calls log the distress. In real time, witnesses hear nothing but engines and alarms. The sequence is stark, methodical, and damning when replayed in court. Investigators piece together the night through technology. CCTV shows premeditation, tracing the vehicle's path multiple times in the days leading up to the crash. 999 call recordings provide audio of chaos moments before impact. Phone logs reveal prior communications between Mahek and co-conspirators, suggesting coordination. GPS data confirms the route, while analysis of vehicle behavior indicates acceleration without braking. Investigators note test run drives, allegedly simulating the fatal event. Each breadcrumb narrows the narrative. In court, prosecutors presented these elements like puzzle pieces, constructing a picture that digital evidence alone could not deny. The trial unfolds before a judge and a packed courtroom. Witnesses recount their observations. Mothers and friends testify to warnings and threats. Paraphrased excerpts from prosecutors highlight planning, repeated surveillance, and prior communications. Mahek and her mother maintain composure, but the video evidence speaks louder than words. Judges emphasize deliberate intent and purposeful actions. Bench trial proceedings note the weight of electronic records and 999 calls. Each day builds momentum toward the inevitable. Defense arguments stress grief and confusion, yet the evidence presented undermines claims of accident or spontaneity. The verdict is read. Mahek Bukhari and her mother are convicted of murder. Other defendants receive convictions for murder or manslaughter, depending on involvement. Families in the courtroom react, some with relief, others in visible heartbreak. Social media erupts. Hashtags debate justice and influence, the virality of tragedy mirrored online. Mahek appears restrained, absorbing the consequences. Statements from victims' families emphasize loss and permanence. The sentence, while legal, cannot return what was taken. 2 young lives ended, families altered forever. This case underscores the weight of choices amplified by digital life. Evidence, carefully logged and replayed, shaped truth in ways emotion alone cannot. What responsibility do social media platforms have when influence and private disputes intersect with danger? Could earlier intervention have changed the outcome? And how do courts weigh intent when technology records every movement? Think critically about the power of digital traces, the cost of planning, and the ripple effects of one night. Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more courtroom stories that unravel the evidence, not just the headlines.